audience for my persuasive speech. Imagine you are a good swimmer. Your parents have placed you into beginner swimming class due to your age. While you are wishing to swim laps like you know how, your instructor makes you take a step back and learn breathing techniques with the rest of the class, which is something you mastered a long time ago. This is boring, right? Pointless, right? Well, this is how nearly 4 million students feel every day in our classrooms. These are the gifted students of our nation. As you may know, gifted education is slowly slipping from our school systems. But little did you know, this is hurting the individuals, our nation, and our schools. Gifted education should be a part of our schools because it offers equality in the education process. It saves individuals from not reaching their potential, and offers major benefits as well. Before I go into the debate about the absence of gifted education in our schools, first we must address what being gifted really means. Gifted students are ones that demonstrate an IQ of 125 or higher. Now, to show you what IQ actually is, I have this IQ chart. Now, this chart represents the total population in the United States. As you can see, the majority of the population is in the 90 to 110 range. And this is your average students, and this is where most of the classroom's lessons are tailored to, is this average population. Now, as you go further from the norm, you have your slow learners, learning disabled, and special needs on this side, and then you have your highly gifted and superiors over here. Now, as you know, special needs students from 70 and below already have a course that helps them with their needs in emotional, cognitive, and social areas of their life, and that's in the special education areas of our school system. But what you might not know is that the highly gifted students, even though they are technically smart, they have these problems with socially and emotionally as well, just as these lower students need. So they need those problems addressed as well through their own education programs outside of the normal classroom. These issues may seem trivial, and you may say, they're so smart, why would they need help doing classroom work? Well, the problem isn't with doing the regular classroom work. The problem is the lack of challenge in their education. It's robbing our nation of a precious human capital resource, according to Newsweek. Nationwide, the lack of gifted education is causing our brightest minds to be dulled. It's making everyone average, and is putting the U.S. behind other nations in scores and intelligence. And since we're not pushing our gifted students to be better and to achieve their all, we're losing potential leaders in medicine, we're losing innovators, potential scientists. But it's not just a nation problem. It hurts the individuals the most. A lot of the individual gifted students, as I said before, have problems socially, and they have problems emotionally as well. But they also become mental dropouts. They see no use or point in average courses, and they won't do their homework, and they're viewed as troublemakers in the classroom. Time magazine says a whopping 25% of gifted students drop out of high school, and this is nearly double that of the national average. Also, gifted students seem to have, they're more likely to have mental issues such as depression and behavioral issues like ADHD, ADD, and this can lead to suicidal rates to increase. And this is a huge issue among gifted teens. And with all these problems, it's easy to see something needs to be done. If a program is added, the benefits would be outstanding and will greatly outweigh financial burdens schools are afraid of. Now, the benefits of adding gifted education classes would be that all education would be equal to all groups of students. The low IQ students will be tended to, the average and the high IQ will all have classes tended to their abilities. Now in this cartoon you'll see that it has several different animals. It has a bird, a monkey, penguin, elephant, fish, dog, and seal. And the teacher is saying, for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. This is a perfect example of our classrooms today. You have many different types of students with completely different abilities, but they're all in the same environment. And if you were to get this fish, which would probably have trouble climbing a tree, if you were to get him into the proper environment, he would be able to succeed. And an example of a gifted student in this situation would probably be the bird, because it would be simple for him and not a challenge at all. While the low IQ student would probably be represented by the fish, who just won't be able to complete that at all. So this is an example of why different environments need to be present for students to succeed. Through gifted education, the behavioral issues of gifted students are controlled. You have less troublemaking students, they're more focused and motivated, and their disorders are handled accordingly instead of pushed aside. School-wide benefits include grant money, which is available through gifted education, and it makes their school a desirable option for prospective students. And more students who come to your school, the more money your school gets in funding. And also, with a more individualized learning system, like the different environments, you'll have a better chance at having more success in your school. Now, as you can see, some benefits are immediate, while others would take a long time before you would see them. You may be wondering how you can help, since it's such a widespread issue. You can either talk to your school board, write to your representative, or even at home you can encourage your own children to push forward and excel no matter their IQ score. A gifted student with a high IQ is truly blessed with a gift, and today through our school systems, the gift is never opened. It is just tossed aside so they can either be average, dropouts, or not even aware of their abilities at all. I know this struggle because I too am one of the few. By adding gifted education classes to all areas of school, we can slowly unwrap the precious gift and reap the amazing benefits.